Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to another episode of my AFL 26 Management Career Mode here with Port Adelaide, Round 17, 2026 season. And we're going up against the Geelong Footy Club, who I don't believe we've actually played so far this year. We've still got a few players out with injury, but fortunately for us, they are all coming back after this game. So we are unchanged at this stage. Hopefully we can get a good result here up against Geelong. And Geelong are making a late push for the finals. I think they're currently in 8th. Actually, they are in 9th. They are about 10% behind Collingwood. But a win for them today will get them firmly in the top 8. We're going to call tails on the toss. Zach Butters still standing in for Connor Rosie. We have won the toss. Let's kick to the right of screen. And this one going to be an absolute doozy. I can absolutely feel it. Good tackle to start. Arlo O'Brien finds Drew. Good tackle by O'Connor. Very, very nice work by the defender there. And Taylor Goad going back with the fly to the ball. We don't usually play too many games down at Geelong, obviously. De Koning with the flight. Whitlock gets the crumb, and we miss our first shot on goal, unfortunately. Ball finds O'Sheen Mullen up the wing. Now with Shannon Neal. Looking for Brian Myers, a free agent at season's end. Ball cut off by Blake Laidler. We've got Jackson Mead in space. He takes a good mark. Whitlock's in the middle of the ground. I did see him. If we can get the mark here, we can't, unfortunately. Henry's tackled. Good spoil. We only need 8 for the game to get some extra dollars. What a tackle by Logan Evans. That is holding the ball. Let's send it long. We've got players down there. Joe Berry can't get the mark, but it's coming back. And this time it's going to be Will Drew with the mark. Lukosius is on the move. We actually go a little bit more central, and Collar O'Sullivan cuts it off. Now with Kane Farrell, who cut off O'Sullivan's ball. Let's just send it long. Berry and Humphreys once again. Humphreys takes another mark. Been a good start by both teams. Now with Mitch Nevitt. Swaying up his options. 4 minutes gone. No goals just yet. Can't seem to get that one out of bounds. Max Holmes. Geelong captain. At this stage, I believe Dangerfield is either not playing or he's retired. I probably should have marked that ball. Now with Tyson Stengel. Inside 50 is good. And Jay Polkinghorne. Young South Australian is someone that I did consider recruiting in the off-season, but didn't end up coming around to it. Going to be kicking towards the Selwood stand. That's nice. Geelong have the first goal. And this is sort of a similar game to the one that we just played up against St Kilda, where we didn't actually kick a goal, or neither team kicked a goal for the first 5 minutes of the quarter. We're just messing around with the ball a little bit too much there. Just sort of just smashed it forward. Shannon Neal. That's a poor kick. It's actually a poor mark as well. Let's just find a body. Okay. We've got Evans wide. Can't get boot to ball. That's holding the ball again. Really good defensive pressure by Geelong. I've handballed into traffic. Now we got Evans. Just kicks it. We just need to get hands to it. Bailey Smith. Couldn't take the mark. Now with Mullen. I am playing awfully to start this game. And now he finds Silvani. We just need to be a little bit more composed. Let's go short. Looking for Whitlock. He can't take it either. Okay. We've got players running off of halfback. Neither of them can stop it. We need a mark. We needed a spoil more than anything, actually. But Shannon Neal takes it. Already getting a lot of the ball. 3 disposals already and 2 marks. Playing a little bit higher up the ground for Geelong's second. He sneaks it in. Now down by 11 points. Yet to kick a goal. We finally get it out of the middle. And we've got players running. Neal kicks it inside. We've got players over the top. We just need one of them. Come on. It's Whitlock again. Quick kick. Horn Francis with Tommy Stewart. That'll be a good matchup. Arlo O'Brien can't take the mark on Bailey Smith. We get the mark here at fullback. Very well done by Zerk Thatcher. Let's kick down the line where the numbers are. Big fly from behind by O'Sullivan. Can't hold on to it. Guthrie gets tackled. Another good tackle by Miles in the middle of the ground. Really nicely done. We need a big game from Lukosius today. And a mark here will get us started. Handball over the top. Whitlock gets boot to ball. Dersma had a big game last week. Puts through Port Adelaide's first. And the gap at the top of the Coleman medal race closes to 1 goal between Berry and Dersma. I think Berry's on 56, Dersma's on 55. Great tackle by Goad. Miles now on the move with Guthrie. Guthrie too good on that occasion. Ball launched forward by Geelong. Newman with the intercept mark does a good job. Players over the top. We've got Whitlock on a short lead. Can't find him, unfortunately. Henry intercepts. Lockie Neal gets the intercept mark. Been really back and forth so far. Only 12 minutes into the game and already seeing a fantastic contest. Tommy Stewart, one of the great defenders of the 21st century. I think he has 5 All-Australians in actually not that long a time. Ball is dropped in Geelong's forward line. We give up the hands far too easily. And another good tackle by Newman in defensive 50. Send it down the line. Horne-Francis, Tommy Stewart. Ball goes to ground. That would favour Horne-Francis, you would think. Whitlock on the move. Long ball forward. Lacoste just can't get to it on the full. Dersma's out the back. We couldn't get it to him. Another ball inside 50. Berry over the top takes the mark. Now with a bit of breeze going to the right of screen, you wouldn't think this is a particularly difficult kick. Obviously very close to goal. We put it through. We get the 1-point lead. And Draper into the ruck for the first time today. Can't get the clearance there for us. Myers sends it forward for Geelong. Good spoil. I think that was Silvani down there. Goad in defensive 50. We're going to play on. Really well done by Jason Little clearing the ball. I don't really care that we couldn't get a mark there. We just did a nice job getting it out of the 50. And I think Butters is there by himself. Hopefully he can get his hands on this, and he does. Let's send it back inside forward 50. We got Whitlock. We got Horne-Francis. We just need one, and it's going to be Horne-Francis in the end. Going to be kicking from just inside 50. Just the one disposal for Horne-Francis so far. Not going to be a goal, unfortunately. Ball with Mitch Nevitt now, going up the ground. Taylor Goad had front position, then just lost it. I'm not really sure what happened there. We get another spoil. And that's a high tackle. Good work, Ryan Burton, drawing the free kick. Got subbed out last week. Hopefully going to have a better game here today. Dersma, trying to send it forward. Can't find a target via hands. Bailey Smith with another mark, middle of the ground. I don't really know where George Hewitt was going. Sends it down towards Geelong's forward 50. Once again, it's another spoil. Hands over the top. Polkinghorne puts it through. We give away a free kick, but it won't matter in the end. Geelong get their third. Polkinghorne has 2. And it's a 4-point lead to the Cats. All right, we're out here. Draper sends it forward. It's a bad kick, though. Not a big fan of that one. But we get the intercept. Lockie Neal already has a couple of intercept marks today. Down the line, Dersma needs to take this. Can't. Whitlock, there's a player at the back. Joe Berry puts through Port Adelaide's third. Goal for goal right now. Oh, what a hit out by Draper. Neal just sends it forward. Miles sitting under it. Can't take it on Guthrie, unfortunately. And that's Zach Guthrie, not Cam Guthrie. I'm not even sure if Cam Guthrie's still playing. Can we get a spoil here? We can't. Geelong play on very quickly. Their movement of the ball so far has been fantastic. Silvani with the fist on Cameron. Really well done. He is so good, Jack Silvani. Has been this entire series for us. Whitlock can't take the mark. And I'm actually surprised that was a mark by Close. Looked like it had dropped short. We need a mark here. Taylor Code can't get to it in the end. Shannon Neal having a hell of a game so far. 7 disposals, 5 marks, 3 of them contested, and a goal. Can he join Polkinghorne with a second? Starts it wide, swings it back beautifully, puts through Geelong's 4th. Free kick middle of the ground to us. I like what we've done so far. Drew takes it. Dersma's on the move. And the siren goes, unfortunately. So we can't get a quick goal before quarter time. Geelong have been very impressive so far. 3 goals, 2 to us. Geelong with the 4 straight. They've kicked the ball actually a lot more than us, which isn't too surprising. We have handballed it around a little bit too much for my liking, but we've gotten 8 more inside 50s, but somehow we're losing. Don't like that whatsoever. They haven't got a single clearance just yet. We're doing very, very well there. Contested possessions is pretty even. Free kicks is even. But yeah, we got to do better when finding targets inside our forward 50 because they're taking more marks than us and it has been really poor so far. But Lachie Neale has had an awesome game. Their midfield has been pretty solid. Whitlock with the 6 disposals, that seems high, but I mean, must be true. Time for that second quarter. It's been a good game so far. Obviously, change ends at quarter time. Bailey Smith gets the ball straight out of the middle for Geelong. And Jeremy Cameron takes a good mark, trying to look for a forward 50. And that was actually quite a poor kick. Really well cut off by Jason Little. Starting to have a little bit more of an impact in this game than he did last week. Now with Will Drew. Sends it forward. Horne-Francis and Stewart. Horne-Francis hasn't really had the number of Tommy Stewart so far. Butters is over the top, actually. And if we can find him, which we do, he can outmark Bailey Smith. Had a quiet quarter and actually had a quiet first half last week. It was pretty good in the second half. Butters puts through his first and Port Adelaide's first off the second, gets the lead back. And the interesting thing here, because like a lot of our injuries have been to our midfielders, so rotating our players through the midfield has been a little bit of a concern of mine in this game and has been the last few weeks as well since those injuries. Not sure what Bailey Smith was doing. So I haven't made any rotations yet. I know I've swapped Draper and Goad around so far. I'm still a little bit hesitant to bring Horne-Francis into the midfield after he's recovering from his injury. So I just don't want to get any other injuries in our midfield. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. That's a good mark by, I didn't even see who that was, by the Geelong defense there. Now with Jai Clark in the back flank. Arlo O'Brien standing the mark. That's a poor kick. Now we just got to find someone. Zerk Thatcher, top of the goal square. Generally a good option. Joe Berry can't take the mark. Lays a good tackle though. And that is holding the ball. 3 disposals so far. 2 goals as well for a game high 3. This will be a perfect start. Can't get it though. Mitch Nevitt once again has the ball in the back pocket. Brave kick. Ends up in the game, the hands of Lawson Humphreys. Why can't I say his name correctly? Arlo O'Brien, gonna be the loose man here. Takes it. And he's had a really good second half of the year, consistently getting over 20 possessions a game. Puts through his first of the day, and we get back-to-back goals. And when I said that Cam Guthrie wasn't playing, he is playing. And the only reason I know that is because he just got subbed out. I don't know what his injury is. I don't know if it's a serious one or not, as that's a really nice mark by Miles. Starting to get a few more marks inside our forward 50 here, which is really handy for Miles. First shot on goal for the day, puts it through. Now out to a 15-point lead. So can confirm we've got 2 Guthrie boys out there. Well, 1 now, considering the other one just got subbed out. Arlo O'Brien has a player wide. George Hewitt looking for... Actually, it's Butters, not Berry. We've put Horne-Francis in the midfield for a little bit here. I just want to see what he can conjure up. And if Butters can sneak a couple of goals in this quarter, that would be fantastic as well. He's got 1. Now he's got 2. Geelong send the ball forward via Tanner Bruin. I think that's his name. Not 100% sure. Silvani with another fist. And we get the ball clear. Really well done. Hewitt running onto it. Let's slow it down a little bit. Let's not worry about this too much. We've got players running wide. That's where we go. Lachie Neale has space to play on and does. Sends it forward. Butters once again. Can't take the mark on Stewart. Not good enough that time and just shoves Jai Clark for his troubles. Geelong with that ball movement once again up the right wing. Doing a very nice job. Stewart had the ball, but we actually give up a free kick to Graham Myers. Another spoil from behind. And what is this? What's with the undisciplined, guys? Not a big fan of this. Can we get a spoil? We do. Ball's out the back. It's a rush behind. Ball hits the deck. Horne-Francis to O'Brien. Intercepts by Bailey Smith. Gee, it is all over the shop right now. And now Sam de Koning heads backwards. Connor O'Sullivan has space to run. And he does. Geez, we are outnumbered right now. How the hell did we mark that? Lachie Neale is officially an All-Australian key defender with all the intercept marks he's been taking. But other than him, our marking has not really been that great today. That's holding the ball. Let's just find guys that are wide open. Why is nobody running towards the ball? Does nobody want it? They should send it wide. Dersman's got 2 to deal with. Ay. Goad and De Koning with the stoppage. Ball's hit straight down. Geelong get another. I didn't see who kicked it in the end. And it was Sean Manor. Really, really nicely done. Best young player in the competition. He's 28 years old, for God's sake. Put a body on him. Good tackle by Silvani in the middle of the ground. I've made a few changes in the midfield just because I am starting to panic. Nevitt goes bang from outside 50. Geelong get 2 quick ones. We've given away so many free kicks in this quarter so far. It has really been very poor. We get the mark via Little. Let's go inside our forward 50. That was a little bit shorter than I was probably expecting. Ball goes to ground. Good. I was going to say good tackle by Goad, but he didn't get there in the end. Where's Lukosius? Lukosius hasn't taken a mark today, I don't think. But Silvani pushes forward. He's standing on Bailey Smith. Only the 2 disposals for today, which, I mean, not too surprising. This kick may not be quite good enough. Unfortunately, it isn't. Silvani, another intercept mark. Sends it towards the top of the 50. Goad takes it. I want to find Lukosius. Head back. Actually, let's just send it long. O'Brien and O'Sullivan. Surprisingly, O'Brien wins out. So we're going to go with the right foot Bunana here. I think that is the best course of action. Not that far out, so we should be fine. And we are. Silvani starting to get a bit of the ball here. Can't lay a tackle on that occasion. Come on, we need a mark. And we get one via Farrell. Really well done. Lukosius, I need you. Where are you? Big fly. Actually, we get the ball back. Never mind. Come on, lay a tackle. Butters. It's another free kick against. After tying the free kick count inside the first quarter, it has really gone to crap since then. Butters and Stewart. Butters can't take the mark. He's had a good quarter. Oh, my Lord. I'm never tackling again. We're giving away far too many free kicks. It's a 15-point game. We're still doing okay, though. Horn Francis. Just send it long, and hopefully somebody will take a mark. Arlo O'Brien, of all people, really starting to stand up inside forward 50. And Will Drew just standing all by himself, 15 meters out, directly in front of goal. Should be a fairly easy one, this. We're not going to kick it too far. What do you know? He's intercepted it again. Oh, Jackson Mead all by himself. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to go with the banana this time because there is a bit of wind pushing across goal. And I'd rather sort of overcompensate to the left, but get the swing back with the banana, but then the wind is pushing it back to the left. So it works out well in the end. Mead's got his first. Loose ball out of the middle. Drew just drops it again. I don't know what the free kick count is in this quarter so far, but it has been terrible. Can't get the mark there. Brian Myers, good mark, good hands. Ryan Burton having a good game inside defensive 50. And Polkinghorn has popped up again. Only has the 2 disposals for 2 goals right now. Can he make it 3 for 3? Yes, he does. And that is half time. I didn't even realize it was that close to half time. I really was not paying attention to the scoreboard whatsoever. 6 goals, 3 to 3 goals, 1. We're up by 20 at one stage. It's now 16-point game. What is the free kick count? That is the first thing I'm looking for. 12 to 15. So we gave away 7 free kicks. Only got the 4 that quarter. Polkinghorn with the 3. Butters had a good quarter. He's actually had a good half. Arlo O'Brien's been fantastic. Lockie Neal as well. But our key forwards have been really poor. I don't think Lukosius has kicked a goal yet today. I don't even think he's got a disposal. Where are you, Jack Lukosius? He has got 4 disposals, no shots on goal, and 1 mark. We really need him to stand up in the second half. Whitlock hasn't been great either. Ball now heading down the line. Burton can't get a fist to Mullen's mark. 9 disposals for O'Sheen Mullen right now. No goals. It's going to take a big kick from here. I don't think it's going to be a goal. It's knocked over for another rush behind. Now an even 16-point game. George Hewitt does a good job. Lukosius now needs to take this and does. Let's just kick it as long as we can. Oh, Dersma, you've got the sit. Can't take the mark. Lay the tackle. He can't, unfortunately, goad. Can't take this one either. Not Zerk-Thatcher. De Koning does a good job there. Kane Farrell with another intercept mark. Looking for Owen Miles. Can't take the mark. Handball over the top. Turns the ball over. Just wraps up Manor. That's holding the ball. Miles deserves to go and have a set shot. Did really good job on that occasion. But the kick is the important bit. Starts it wide. That was never coming back. Oh, for God's sake, Butters. I literally just brought you back onto the ground. How can you get injured? Oh, this is awful. But Smokin' Joe was really good as the sub last week. He's not going to be captain, but we'll just see what he can do. I am really, really concerned what we're going to do here. Okay, Richards can just sit on a wing right now. I'll deal with this in a minute, but this has literally just happened straight after we kicked a goal. Oh, sorry, a behind. Had a shot on goal is what I'm trying to say. Now with Close. Heading back wide to Henry. Good tackle in the end. Draper getting amongst it. Or handballs backwards, Geelong. If we give away another free kick, I'm going to throw something. I don't know who or what at. But we'll just have to wait and see. Draper couldn't get to the ball. Manor sends it down the line. Laidler, good hands. Standing on a wing. He's done a good job today. Always been a very good player for us. And I say always, in the 3 games he's played for us, he's always been very, very good. Geelong just chipping it around right now. They're not really making any progress further up the field, but they're just doing their bit. That's, okay, this is our opportunity. Just gotta wait for players to get back. Okay, Lukosius, one of you. Fine. Wasn't looking at the ball, but finally takes a mark inside forward 50. And for surely his first goal of the day, extend the lead to 27. It's offline. I don't know what the 27-point lead I was talking about. It's only 18 at the moment. Geelong, get the ball clear out of the boundary throw in. We need a quick ball inside 50. Handball's given up by O'Brien. Might get the tackle back on Holmes. Doesn't in the end. Good defensive pressure. Good fist from behind. Myers. We need a mark. We can't get it. Shannon Neal plays on. Not sure what the hell happened there. Close picks it up. Silvani punches it through, but it's a goal. Now a 2-goal game. Starting to get a little bit dangerous for my liking. We get the mark at half back. Who the hell is that in space? It's George Hewitt. Haven't really said his name a lot today. Doesn't get the mark, but oh my lord. This has been like one of the most frustrating games of football I have played in a long time. Can't get the mark there. Okay, keep going. We drop the ball. We got a handball over the top. We drop it again. Jeremy Cameron, who's in space. Silvani's chasing after him. Just slots it from the pocket. It's a 1-goal game. And to be perfectly honest, we've actually done a pretty good job of keeping Jeremy Cameron fairly quiet. Why have I done that? We had the numbers. Lachie Neale gives it up again. Drew giving chase. Good tackle on Mullen. It's a ball up at forward 50. It's a 1-goal game. 12 minutes into the third. We knock it down. Horne-Francis, we need a mark. And we get one via the Coleman medalist in Jack Lukosius. Doing something I don't normally do here with Jack. We banana it through. Not on a great angle, but it works out fine. He gets his first. Geelong sending it forward once again. De Koning gets wrapped up. Lachie Neale has definitely been one of our best, if not our best today. He has been so good. Taylor Goad with another mark. Lukosius is on the move. Short ball, can't take the mark. Horne-Francis gets wrapped up by 2. That is very harsh holding the ball. I'm not going to throw something because of that free kick. I don't think that one counts. But that's okay. I don't mind giving that one up. Because that was really, really harsh, to be perfectly honest. Well, that's a risky kick by Bailey Smith. Whitlock is out the back if we can find him. Why have we kicked it to the opposite pocket? Doesn't matter. He gets the mark anyway. And this might be banana territory as well. I don't really like what the wind's doing. So we're going to go with the banana. And I tell you what, that is pretty good. Whitlock's on the board. And it's back to a 3-goal game. Geelong clear it out of the middle once again. We get a fist to it. Close gets wrapped up by Laidler. Only goes as far as Holmes. Burton's got a job to do here. Ball goes to ground. Good spoil on Mullen. And the follow-up tackle was exceptional. 11 goals, 8. 74, plays 9-2, 56. Horne-Francis ran past it. Lachie Neale gets tackled. It's another ball up. Another stoppage inside Geelong's forward 50. Bailey Smith. It's either a mark or a goal. It's a goal to Baslenka. Really interesting third quarter here. We force them backwards. Great tackle, but it's high, unfortunately. Not sure who the kick was for, but we're going to end up with it anyway. Lukosius crashes the pack. Big fly from O'Sullivan. Nobody took the mark in the end. Now we've got Horne-Francis. Gets to the contest first. Great kick over the top. Will Drew, how many free kicks have you given away today? AFL Fantasy, not his friend today. Logan Evans sends it long. Dersma takes it. Been quiet today, Zane Dersma, but does have a goal to his name. Only the 3 disposals, but has a second goal. Another clearance. Horne-Francis the target, a half forward. Neale's inside. Good God, guys. Just kick the ball 3 milliseconds quicker than you currently are. That's all I'm asking for the rest of the game. That and we win it. I'm asking 2 things. Kick the ball quicker and win the game. Also, if you can give away a few less free kicks, that'd be outstanding. Okay, I'm asking for 3 things. But they're sort of basic things that I'm asking. Lukosius with the mark. Starting to heat up in this third term. It's going to take a good kick from here. From right on the 50. I think it's good. The crowd seems to tell us it is. And it's a 24-point game. And somehow we get another free kick in the middle of the ground. I did not think that was going to be holding the ball. Drew now. Let's just send it as long as we can. Draper's down there. Can't take the mark. Berry's out the back. Was there for the crumb. He's still there for the crumb. Why is he giving it up? Richards has kicked it out in the full. I thought Berry was going to get tackled, so I gave the ball up. That might be insufficient intent, and it is. Hewitt is not the man I want kicking it. So we'll send it towards Dersma, and Connor O'Sullivan does a good job sitting under it. Bailey Smith sends it forward for Geelong. Hewitt just drops an absolute pie. Neale gets smothered. Doesn't give away a free kick, though. That is something that I can start to enjoy. We get the free kick. It's going to be close to 3/4 time, so let's just send it long. Hope for the best. Can't get the mark. Draper was there. Couldn't get his hands on it in the end. Hewitt does. Surely a forward presents himself. We can't get the mark again. Why was Richards the target? That's holding the ball. Smokin' Joe kicked 2 goals in the final quarter last week. Can he get us one here on 3/4 time? No, he can't. What a last quarter we have in store. It is a 25-point game. And I'm liking what we've seen from these last few minutes from us. Draper wins the ball out of the middle. De Koning picks it up, sends it forward. Zerk Thatcher needs to stand strong, and he does. Takes a good mark. Good way to start the 4th. Now with Newman. We've got players wide. Hewitt is one of them. Took a few good marks towards the end. It was 2-on-1 there, guys. Come on. And now Reece Stanley, the man with magnetic knees. Good fist. No, close. Can we get a fist on the goal line? We can't, unfortunately. It's a goal to Geelong. Not the way I wanted to start. Midfield pressure's been good these last couple of possessions. Handball forward. We've got a player wide. Player wide. There we go. Horne-Francis down the line looking for Dersma. O'Sullivan flies. Jeez, O'Sullivan loves the specky. Berry, quick. Jeez. What was Tom Stewart doing? We need to have a look at that in a minute. Actually, we're going to have a look at it now because I actually was making an interchange in the middle of that. Tom Stewart has kicked it backwards. We've actually got Joe Richards playing as the spare man in Geelong's forward 50 right now. They kick it to Tom Stewart, who is Joe Richards' direct opponent. And now we're going to have a shot on goal because Tom Stewart apparently is an idiot. Hopefully this banana was better than Joe Berry's last attempt, and it is. Really nicely done. Back out to 25. So yes, as I was saying, we've put Joe Richards behind the ball. We're just going to let Tom Stewart roam free in our defensive 50. I don't really mind. Cameron sends it forward. Good fist. We try and clear it via the handball. It's a boundary throw in. We'll take that because we do have the spare man. Now, I don't exactly know where Richards is right now, but if we can get it down to O'Brien, we can just get boot to ball. Apparently, we can't. And Mitch Nevitt, who's had a good game today, already has a goal to his name. Going to be lining up for a second. Deep in the pocket. That's pretty good. Well done, Mitch Nevitt. Okay, we finally get the ball middle of the ground. Let's just chuck it forward. Horn Francis can't take the mark. Henry finds Tom Stewart. There's that loose player. We get the fist to it. Goad can't take the mark. We need a mark here. And Zerk Thatcher's been really good once again today. I've really liked what I've seen from him. Not sure about that kick. Let's just get a fist on it, and we do. Goad and De Koning once again. De Koning wins out this time around. O'Brien just drops it, but it works out okay. I was looking for Jackson Mead, not Horn Francis over the top. Tanner Bruin plays on. Kane Farrell gets the late fist to it. O'Brien kicks around the corner. Not really sure who that was for. Whitlock takes a good mark. Kicks down the line. Dersma and O'Sullivan. Somebody pick the ball up, please. Thank you. Jackson Mead with a good tackle. Looking for Berry and Lawson Humphreys here. Berry can't take the mark. Horn Francis. How is that incorrect disposal? It's all good. We interfere via Kane Farrell once again. Lukosius takes the mark. A third on the day to Lukosius would be really handy right about now. It's not a good kick though. If we can squeeze in for a behind, that'll be good. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play Lukosius a little bit closer to goal if I can help it. We can't get the mark there. Close does a good job. But as I was saying, I'm going to play the half forwards in the forward pockets a little bit higher up the ground because I don't mind Lukosius just sitting in the goal square, getting him closer to goal. Because the last few, probably the last 6 weeks, we've played with our forwards a little bit closer to goal. That's probably why there's a bit more of an even spread. Because previously, Lukosius has just had more room to run around and kick goals and just lead inside our forward 50 by himself. Come on, we need a mark. We get a fist. That's all right. We turn the ball over. Good tackle. It's not good enough. Polkinghorne has 4. Young South Australian from Norwood. The young Redleg has 4 goals in a very good performance against a team from his home state. And one of Port Adelaide's great rivals in the SANFL is Norwood. So that was another reason I didn't really want to bring him to Port Adelaide, just because of that traditional South Australian rivalry. Anyway, 14-point game, 10 minutes gone. Definitely anybody's game from here. Lockie Neal's out. He gets chased down again. Those free kicks are absolutely killing us right now. Tom Stewart's wide by himself. That's fine. I'd rather him be by himself at the halfback flank than further up the ground. Hewitt with the spoil. Ball doesn't stay in. And somehow we give up a free kick in that stoppage. Richards is there. Finally gets the ball to himself. And he gets a high tackle for his troubles. Dersma and O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan's definitely had Dersma's number today, even though Dersma has kicked a few goals. Laidler with the intercept. We've got a player wide, but we actually kick back in the Dersma direction. This time he takes the mark. We play on. Drew takes it. Let's get some players on the move. There's players top of the goal square. Silvani does pop up for his 1 goal a game. It's basically standard at this point. He puts it through. We cracked the 100 first, and it's back out to 20. And what I've done now, I've put Joe Richards back up forward. I've actually made Silvani the spare man. I actually think that works out better for us. Now with Berry. Let's just send it long. Dersma, O'Sullivan. Dersma takes it for a third on the day. He's been quiet, but he's been sneaky good in front of goal. Puts through a third. 26-point game. Loose ball out of the middle. Drew with the tackle on Guthrie. That's holding the ball. Lukosius is deep. He's 1 out. And he takes it in front of goal. Puts it straight through the eye. Diddle diddle. 32-point game. I believe that is the biggest lead of the game. We should be good from here. Obviously, we're not going to get complacent. Let's just smash it forward once again. Horn Francis was a little bit concerned about Tommy Stewart, so he decided to spoil. Now with De Koning. Tanner Bruins had a good game today. He's popped up quite a few different bits and bobs. Not really sure what our guys were doing there. Bailey Smith sends it long. Not going to be a goal. As Zerk Thatcher takes it on the goal line. I'm not sure who that ball was for. Why didn't Taylor Goad go up for it? Jeremy Cameron's been quiet today. Finds Manor. Ball over the top. And now Reece Stanley, the man with more tape. I was going to say than... I won't make that joke. That is a little bit... well, that's a bit risky. Anyway, Reece Stanley puts it through. Cuts it back down to 26. Geelong enter the forward line once again. Good spoil. But we've hit it straight to Bailey Smith of all people, who roves, puts through a Geelong goal. 20-point game. 19 minutes gone in the fourth. Little bit of life in the Cattery still. Lachie Neale gets wrapped up straight out of the middle. Well done, Bailey Smith. We've got another ball up. Draper and Shannon Neale in the ruck. And Draper just clobs it forward, but the Neale kick was poor. Arlo O'Brien, good smother. Really good team effort there. Hewitt kicks it forward. Horn Francis takes the mark, and this one is to seal the game. It's a shit kick. Yep, it was bad. We knew it was bad. Not good. Geelong now streaming from their defense. We tackled them without the ball. It actually brought the play back into our forward 50. It actually works in our favor, so we will take that. That is a bad kick. Good tackle by Farrell. That's holding the ball. Oh, Berry's out. Oh, why have we kicked it over there? It's not going to matter. We'll have a shot. Not so much for the goal, but just to milk a bit of time. I don't think it's a good kick. And I tell you what, I've changed my mind. That is a brilliant kick. Berry's got 4. And it is now a 27-point lead, which you would have to say is safe. 22 minutes gone into the fourth. And he's still got his low ratings that he did have at the start of the game. So he's still a 79 overall compared to the update he got in the latest patch. But a brave victory for Port Adelaide. It wasn't looking good. 5 goals apiece in that final quarter. Geelong actually outscore us in the fourth, but so many injuries in that one. It's honestly a game I would rather forget. Geelong actually dominated us for most of the game. They absolutely killed us with possession. They took more marks. We had an early clearances lead, but that disappeared very quickly. Their tackling was fantastic. We gave away a lot of free kicks, but we hang on for the victory. Berry kicks 4, Polkinghorn with 4, Dersma 3, Lukosius 3, and a lot of really good stuff from our midfield. Lachie Neale, especially with the 31 disposals. Very, very brave performance. We really got shafted in the votes in this one. Close and Stewart with the 3 and the 2 respectively. Arlo O'Brien hitting the vote scoreboard with the 1. Lachie Neale, poor you. No Brownlow love, but a phenomenal performance, a brave effort. We did get our defensive spoils, which is lovely. Drop short in our other metrics. What are the injury concerns? 2 to 3 for Butters, 2 for 3 for Dersma, I should say. Not too surprising there. Can we get through our SANFL game unscathed? That would be lovely. We get the win, which is one thing. Baskerville, Poulter, and Sharp with the votes. Very nicely done. But look at this. Jace Burgoyne is back. Warple back. Leek Aleer is out with 1 week with a corked thigh. So unfortunately, he's going to miss a bit of time. But now we've got our SANFL matchup up against West Adelaide. But we've got a few changes to make. We can also see that Connor Rosie is back, as well as Maverick Fell. Whoever the hell Maverick Fell is, actually, he's out with syndesmosis. So I think he might have just been a auto-generated play that we picked up for the SANFL. But Dersma is going to come out. Obviously, Connor Rosie is going to get his captaincy and kick-out duties back. We are going to put him straight back into the middle. Butters also going to come out. Wanganeen Miller are still a week away, but Burgoyne is back, as well as Warple, which is fantastic. Joe Richards, unfortunately, I think is going to be the one to miss out. We're going to put Jackson Mead back on the sub, where he belongs. That is actually really harsh to say. And what are we going to do to replace Dersma? Because I know that we've obviously got Miles in that forward pocket at the moment. I think Burgoyne's going to play at half forward and rotate through the midfield. Anastopoulos hasn't had a lot of run this year, so we could go in that direction. But he's probably a little bit smaller than I would like. But in terms of our other small forward or medium-sized forward options, I should say, we haven't really got a lot. So that's probably something that we're going to focus on as well in the off-season. But outside of that, no other changes at this stage. We're getting closer to full strength, which is lovely. How far away is Wanganeen Miller? He's still got another week. Dersma apparently only has one more week, but Butters still has the 2 to 3. I don't know why we've been getting so many injuries as of late. As you can see, the conditioning is pretty good right now. So I'm not really sure what all that is about. We're going to quickly select our lineup for the SANFL side. Just the one change to make. Wanganeen Miller apparently is back now. So couldn't make the fitness test, but he can play in the 2s. I'm obviously not going to. We'll put Cameron Esty back there for now. And we finally lose a game in the SANFL. It's taken us basically a season and a half, and we finally lose to West Adelaide, of all clubs. They do a very good job. Jonty Scharenberg kicked 4, but not good enough, unfortunately. Now, Hawthorn is our next game at the Adelaide Oval. Our inbox says that Anastopoulos now has a calf strain. So with Dersma being injured for a little while, this could be an opportunity, or at least one more week. This could be an opportunity for Berry to kick ahead in the Coleman medal, gain a bit of a lead. Lukosius, I think, is too far back with the amount of time that's left. Same with Rosie, and Whitlock obviously goes without saying. So I think, depending on how Joe Berry goes in this game up against Hawthorn, it's basically his medal to lose. Can Connor Rosie make a late run for the Brownlow medal as well? We'll have to wait and see. But I've been really impressed with this team this season. We've only lost the one game so far, and that was against Carlton, which in a game I can't believe that we did lose. But I'm very, very happy. We'll have a quick look at last week's fixtures as well before we wrap things up for today. Any crazy results that I'm not aware of, I should say, not aware of. The Bulldogs beat the Swans by 88 points. Taylor Adams got the best on though, which is hilarious. 50 disposals, wow. Melbourne beat the Suns by 59 points at the MCG. Will Powell with the 4 goals. But other than that, it is fairly standard up at this juncture of the season. The ladder is laid out in front of us, as is. Hawthorn are on a bit of a losing run right now, but we have played them many times over the course of this series so far. And outside of the Crows and probably Collingwood, they're our 3rd biggest rival in the AFL right now. But that is going to do it. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And until then, hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you guys then. Bye.